Welcome back to the Final Pop. My name is Juan Jimenez.
And I am Albin Ramirez, and we just got back from watching Borderlands.
And this is our mini podcast segment before the pop, where we give our initial thoughts on the movie. So, let's start with you, Albin. What are your initial thoughts?
All right, so my initial thoughts on this movie is kind of bizarre because, like everybody, I know everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
The score.
Right.
The first score of this movie started at 0%.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say this from the bat, it is nowhere near 0.
Yes.
Now, it is not the movie of the year.
Correct. Well, no, we do have to talk about Borderlands scores first, because I was shocked.
Same.
As of this recording, if you guys go to thefinalpop.com, you can see all the scores. It's 9% in Rotten Tomatoes, bro.
It was at 3% this morning.
Really?
Yeah, and it actually debuted at 0%.
Really?
Crazy, yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's talk about the movie. What's your initial thought? What did you feel about it?
I went in with low expectations because of the scores, right? I can see why people like it and dislike it.
Okay.
It is very generic. I think it's the word here. I think it's a bit generic. Yes, you do have your booms and blast and, shooting back and forth. But again, it's generic.
Right.
I don't know how to clarify exactly how I'm feeling about this movie because I did enjoy it. I did. There were some missed jokes here and there, but at the same time, it was fun.
Right.
But not for like a box office blowout.
Gotcha. Yeah. I agree. It was one of those movies that is fun. It does have that comedy. And speaking about jokes, I think one of the best characters in this movie has to be the robot, which is actually voiced by Jack Black.
Yes.
Which I think that's probably the thing that carried this movie throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it was really funny. There was a lot of moments where it was just him, though. That's the only thing. And it felt kind of like he was separate. Everybody was just not necessarily like going along with the jokes or even laughing. I don't know. It was kind of strange. But I did hear a few laughs here and there in the movie theater. I did feel like, funny standalone character, but it just didn't feel like he had chemistry with anybody.
Yeah.
So that's the only sucky thing. What about you? Do you have any cast members that you think, what the heck? Why this person? Or
no, I have no problem. I think yes, you've said it yourself. Sometimes you kind of have to sit back and tell yourself, why is this a stacked cast of like a lot like top tier celebrities?
It's a lot of celebrities in this movie.
Because you got Kate Blanchett, you got Bobby Lee, which is well known, you got Jamie Lee, but you got Kevin Hart also playing one of the main characters. I think everybody was pretty in the same plane. Even Lilith, the main character, she was basically in that same tier as everybody else.
Right.
That's how I felt it, even though she was the main character.
Well, yeah. I mean,
what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't necessarily feel like she was at first. Like, we were talking about this other girl, and I thought she was the main character at first. And then it turns out that Lilith is the one that's actually the Phoenix, or is it the Phoenix?
Yeah, it was like the Fire
Phoenix thing. Not 100% sure. One thing about this movie, it's actually based on a video game.
Okay.
No, I have never played it. I've seen it before. Kind of know what it is. It is this world where there's just a lot of killing, a lot of crazy guys just going crazy, and
I can tell by Lilith's hair it was part of a video game.
Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't necessarily feel like there was a main character except until the very end when she kind of said, "Oh, I'm the girl. I'm the Phoenix person." All right.
But again, I feel like that twist of events makes it.
It was kind of predictable.
Yes.
And I figured it out when she was like finding the key and it called to her, and I heard the little click that called her, and she just found it, and it was just so weird how they were like, "Oh, I don't know, I guess I just got lucky." And I was like,
Did you?
And then with the mom, and then her saying, "Oh, you're special, you're special."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well.
And actually, when she went to the bar and she was talking to the lady, the one with the heart in her breast.
Yeah, her too.
Right there is when I'm like, okay, well, I mean, come on. If the mom is saying it,
Yeah.
then there must be something behind Lilith. From there, I feel like it became so generic. It became predictable on what was going on.
My issue with this movie has to be the reveal on how they kind of announced that she's the Phoenix or whatever. It was this I guess, compilation of all these moments in the main character's life, of everybody saying how, you know, she's special and how she got lucky finding the key. And it's just like, it's such lazy writing for me.
Yeah.
This is the way that we find out, I guess. It couldn't be some other way that the mom, you know, they were talking to each other, right? The mom and the daughter. The mom could have said something like, you are the person that has to go and open the key, just find the key. But I don't know, it's a strange one.
Yeah, I really am having trouble finding a score for this one.
I would not say that this movie is anywhere close above like 70. I'll say
Really?
that.
Okay.
I know for a fact that it's not lower than maybe 40.
This
or
is
50.
I feel like this is one of those movies where you're scrolling through and you've already seen all the good ones, and now you're just looking for anything that, you know, kind of pops out of the menu.
Well, yeah.
And it feels like this one is like one that you kind of find randomly and you enjoy it but never watch again.
Yeah, and it's probably one of those movies that you don't recommend to anyone.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those movies where you would think that people would be going crazy about it because it has a fandom of a video game, but in reality, it just kind of felt flat for me, and there was no connection. And maybe someone that did play the game can say, "Oh yeah, so many Easter eggs, so many this, so many that." And I'm like, "Yeah, but in a bigger scale, we can compare this to the Fallout series." And nobody, I mean, you were the person that didn't ever play the game.
Yeah, I played the game, but I enjoyed the storyline.
Yeah, I enjoyed the storyline even more because I knew about it, you know, the little Easter eggs here and there. But you, as a person that never saw the game, loved the show.
Yeah.
And that's something that Borderlands just didn't do. So I think I'm gonna give it a score if you're ready.
I'm ready for a score too.
Right. You wanna go first?
My score for this movie is a 51.
Okay. My score is around the same. I would say my score is a 53.
No, it isn't a 9. It's not a 9. No, you do have to agree. Like there's some parts here and there that were okay.
Yeah, 9% is a bit too much.
9%
It's a bit harsh.
is a bit too much. Yeah.
A bit harsh.
So I think, you know, just dive it, you know, instead of 50, I'm just gonna dive a 1 in there, but 51 for me.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
So if your score is 53, my score is 51.
Yep.
This movie is at a 52%.
There you go, guys.
You feel like that's okay?
I think that's fair for now.
Okay.
I'm sure our minds will change tomorrow, and we'll be like, you know what? I really didn't like that movie. So it'll go 40 or 30 or
no,
something.
I think I'll stay kind of close with my score.
Okay.
We'll see
good.
though. We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, guys, there you go. There's our Final Pop score. Thank you guys for listening to our Before the Pop segment. Make sure to go to our website at thefinalpop.com where you can rate this movie as well.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Final Pop.
All right, guys, thank you guys for listening. And as always, stay entertained.